And it's really pretty simple. It needs more oomph. It needs more power. Well, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, I'm out cruising around in the Tacoma this morning, and I just made a rookie mistake. Nothing to do with the Tacoma. I pulled up to the gas station. I was going to get myself a new and I got out of the truck, parked, all that good stuff. And by the way, here's a tip for you. If you want to keep your truck away from all the people who love to open their doors into you or get too close to your truck, park at the pump. I always park at the pump. I'm out there by myself. I'm right beside the pump. Nobody can park there. And I'm on the end, so people can drive by, but they're not going to stop and park right beside me at the end of the pump. So there's a tip for you. But anyway, I get out. I'm going to walk up. I'm ready to get my dew. I'm ready. A nice cold dew in the morning. Man, nothing beats that, right? Well, for some reason, it crosses my mind to feel my pocket, to feel my pocket and see if my wallet is there. But it's not. It's not there. I forgot to grab my wallet when I left the house. That is a drag. Nothing more disappointing than looking forward to your due and you got no money to pay for it. What a bummer. When are they going to start inserting chips into humans so we can just walk in and scan our hand and never have to worry about forgetting our wallet? That's what I want. I want that. Anyway, that's really not what the video's about, but I just found it rather annoying. So what I wanted to talk about, like I said, I'm out here cruising around and, I have the Tundra, so I go back and forth between the Tundra and the Tacoma. And of course, the Tundra has the bigger motor in it, right? It's got more power. It's got more oomph. I noticed that, obviously, when I go from the Tacoma to the Tundra and vice versa, right? So I'm out here cruising around and I'm thinking, man, what does the Tacoma really need, Or what option should there be out there for the Tacoma that we don't have now? And it's really pretty simple. It needs more oomph. It needs more power. More power. It needs a bigger freaking motor. It needs a bigger motor. Even if it's an option, a special package, something that it's going to cost you more money, obviously. The bigger motor you get, the more horses you get, the more money you get to pay, right? Who cares? I want a bigger motor. I want more power in the Tacoma. Now, does that mean that I want turbochargers or hybrid electric motors and whatever? I don't care. I really don't care. I want more power. If that means we get a set of turbos in here, you notice I said set, right? I'm okay with that. If that means that we get a higher displacement, more horsepower V6, I'm okay with that too. That doesn't bother me. And by the way, while I'm talking about motors, they should never put a 4-cylinder motor in the Tacoma. Let's just put that out there. There should never be a 4-cylinder motor in the Tacoma. It must be a dog. Now, I've never driven one, but I gotta say, it must be a dog. Now, I do know that the Ranger that's out there, the supposed competitor of the Tacoma, is indeed a 4-cylinder turbocharged motor. Now, I have driven one, and people always want to argue with me about this. I've driven one. I know what they feel like. Supposedly, there's been testing and all this stuff that say that the Ranger is faster, it's quicker, whatever. I'm telling you, that's a bunch of BS. Maybe it is on paper, I don't know, but I've driven it and it does not feel faster to me. I didn't experience that. The Tacoma still feels faster to me than the Ranger does, but whatever. It's a 4-cylinder turbocharged motor. I don't know. Now, should they put that in the Tacoma? Not that exact motor, obviously, because as I just said, that would be a downgrade. It would be slower. At least it would feel that way to me. So no, I'm not saying you should put the Ranger motor in the Tacoma. Not that Toyota would ever do that. I'm sure Toyota and Ford are not bosom buddies, you know what I mean? So we need something stronger, something faster, something more powerful. I'll tell you, in a fantasy world, right? Let's go into RobMotive's fantasy world right now. I would love to have a V8. Let's just take the Tundra V8. Let's take the Tundra V8 and throw it in a Tacoma. Wouldn't that be awesome? I don't know if it'll fit. I don't know how it would all match up, but it would sure be awesome to find out, you know? Now, do I think that's ever going to happen? No, I don't think that's ever going to happen. That's RobMotive's fantasy world. But who knows what could be coming? You know, Toyota is working on the new redesigned, I guess, Tundra. So I got to think that whatever they come up with, because there's all kinds of rumors out there about, 30 miles to the gallon in a Tundra with a hybrid motor and electric motors and turbos and all, who knows, all this stuff. But you got to think eventually that's going to trickle down to the Tacoma, right? And certainly that would mean, I would hope, that means we're going to get more power in a Tacoma of the future. Now, a Tacoma of the future for Toyota, you're probably talking about, probably at least 8 to 10 years. Because that's how Toyota seems to work. They run it to death until they've got to do something else and put something better in it. So you're probably talking, 8 to 10 years before we actually get something that might actually be quicker or more powerful than what we have now. And I think if Toyota would just do that, they already have the market as far as the mid-size truck goes, right? I mean, the Tacoma is the #1 selling mid-size truck. And it's awesome. I wouldn't change anything about the looks or the appearance or anything like that about the Tacoma, other than offering a full blackout package, because I'm an anti-chromist, right? But I wouldn't change anything styling-wise about the Tacoma. I think it's just fine. There is it's not a redesign, a refresh that's coming out for the Tacoma in 2020. It's going to get some LED lights. It's going to get some power seats, which, by the way, the only benefit I see there is if they offer an up, down, or front to back leveling kind of motion, if you will, in the seats of the Tacoma. If they do that, the electric seats would be worth it. I don't know if they're going to have that part or not. I know they're going to go back and forth and up and down, but I don't know if you're going to be able to change the angle, which I did, by the way, with a little whoosher modification to the seats myself. Kind of made the Tacoma a new truck for me, a truck the way it's supposed to feel. But anyway, I'm not looking for anything major. There are no motor changes or engine changes or power changes or anything like that coming with the 2020 Tacoma. So we're not going to get any improvement there. Matter of fact, they're adding some things to it. The power seats and some of the other technical things that they're putting in weigh something, right? I mean, they all have a weight. Now, you're probably going to say, well, come on, man, a camera, it doesn't weigh anything. I mean, but it's not just the camera. They're going to put in all of the mechanics for the electric seats, amongst the other things that they're going to do. And they are going to, as far as I know, and I don't know how they can get around it, they're going to increase the weight of the Tacoma somewhat. So I got to think that that's going to make things even worse to some degree, and it might be just a small percentage, maybe even something that you can't even tell, I don't know. But they are going to slow down the Tacoma, in essence, by putting in these extra features. I mean, they're going to have a toll, right? They do weigh something, especially the track work and all that stuff for the new seat. We'll see. I don't know. I often thought, wouldn't it be interesting to do a kind of a project on the Tacoma, a weight reduction project, Get rid of the rear seats. They're pretty heavy. I don't know how much they weigh exactly, but if you've ever lifted a car seat, they are not light. And when you've got two of them back there, front, back, all that good stuff, as far as the seat itself goes, I would think you'd be reducing quite a bit of weight. The spare tire that hangs underneath. Spare tires, the tire, the wheel, they have a bit of weight to them. Get that thing off of there. I don't know if just doing those couple of things would reduce the weight enough in the Tacoma that you could actually tell or you could actually feel it. But it would be interesting to find out, Of course, you can go crazy. You can take the hood off. You can take the side panels off. But, I mean, come on. Let's be realistic. Who's going to do that? Even though it would be really cool to feel, you know? Who knows? Maybe cut the top off. That would be really cool. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here and talk about that a little bit. As I'm out here driving around in my Tacoma, it always feels like it just needs a little bit more power. A lot of people like to whine and complain about the transmission. You know, if that's your biggest problem, then you don't have much of a problem, because me personally, I don't notice any big issues with the transmission. The only issue I really noticed, to be painfully honest, is that it seems to still be a bit underpowered. It would be nice to have a little bit more oomph, a little bit more get up and go in the Tacoma. Appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Am I nuts? Do I know what I'm talking about? Do you feel the same way? Does your Tacoma need more power? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.